Hello and welcome, bookworms. Welcome to this week's episode of The Consented Narratives. We are looking at Charmed Life by Diana Wynne Jones. Now, I've already done 2 of her books, obviously House Moving Castle and The Castle in the Air, and I've got The House of Many Ways that I will be reviewing at some point in the future. All of them are Folio Society books as well, but I would definitely recommend having a listen to my previous reviews on her books. And this is a beginning of another trilogy. Absolutely beautiful. Obviously, this is the normal cover. It's got the beautiful illustrations within it. Let's see if we can find one. Here we go. Like, honestly, I mean, you know what you're getting with Folio Society, so you've got that beautiful picture there, so you know what you're getting. And it's got this lovely cover there. So this one's the first one in the trilogy as well, and so the next 2 have come out in Folio Society, and so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I get them soon. But Folio Societies, as we know, are not cheap. You do have to save a bit of money for them. They are worth it if you've got the money for it. But you know, Christmas is coming, birthdays are coming, so hopefully either I get a bit of cash or someone feels generous within my family, which would be great. So this follows Gwendolyn and Kat. So Gwendolyn is the little girl and Kat is the little boy, and Kristamanki, I'm not saying the name correctly, I know that for a fact. So basically Gwendolyn and Kat, they live in a world of wizards and magic, and Gwendolyn is showing great promise. She's showing, you know, great strides forward. Like, she's really getting the hold of the basics of magic. She's doing extremely well. And Kat's just kind of plodding along, just living his best, like, little life. And she gets the attention of the uncle, I forgot to say his name. We're just going to call him the uncle. Gets the attention of the uncle, who is a very, very powerful wizard. So essentially what happens is they move into this big mansion with the uncle, and and the uncle's trying to get Gwendolyn's powers under control, because she's a bit of a brat. I'm gonna hold up my hands now. I said a bit. She's a brat. She's not a nice person. She's not nice to her brother. She's not nice to anybody else. So she wants more than she can have, and it's such a sort of like a fun little adventure of her and the brother and the uncle. And then sort of like it comes towards the end, and then you find out some truths, and you're like, oh, did not know that, like, did not see that one coming, which, you know, I mean, again, it's a children's book, and so sometimes you're not looking for sort of like the truths in children's books, because you're like, what it is what it is. Like, it's really straightforward. Like, as I said, The Secret of Platform 13, you knew who the person was when you were reading it. When you're reading children's books, they're not trying to make it hard for the people that are reading it, for their audience. But with this one, it didn't feel like, as I was reading it didn't feel like I was waiting for a truth bomb to hit. And then when it did, I was like, oh, okay, all right. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's not as, like, don't get me wrong, it's not as good as the House trilogy. The House trilogy is far superior in my opinion, and I love it so much, and it has a special place in my heart. But it is a really good book, and it was very enjoyable. And I love the fact that, like, as you're encountering the characters, and like Gwendolyn with her little like tantrums and stuff, and she'll do something to a cousin and turn them into something, or, you know, and then at one point they try and bind her magic, and then she still finds a way through. And it's interesting, because you got to think, like, okay, raising children is hard, raising nieces and nephews or whatever is hard, but raising them when one of them's a brat and has magical powers that can literally turn you into whatever, and doesn't have a handle on how to undo magic, sometimes that's harder. But you see Kat making friends with the cousins, you see Kat trying to fit in, you know, and you really feel for him, and you kind of sit there and you go, oh, bless your little heart. And I feel like the characters are built up quite nicely, and obviously you are meant to dislike Gwendolyn. You are. If anybody's sitting and reading the book and going, oh no, I really like her, you've not gotten the right message from the book. But obviously, you know, I would thoroughly recommend it, because I love children's books, because they're so uncomplicated in a way that, like, real life is extremely complicated. You have the great, like, I mean, you have magic involved, you have childhood wonder, you have narratives that are just so easy to read, so easy to understand. So I would definitely say, you know, give it a go, have a read, let me know what you think below in the comments. If you did like Gwendolyn, let me know. I mean, I could just be sat here being like, ugh. But if you liked her, let me know why you liked her. But obviously, again, like anything, like if you agree or disagree with anything I'm saying, I'm not precious about it. Everyone has their own opinions. You can show a film or read a book with a variety of different people and get a variety of different like conversations going, and that's kind of what this is I love recommending the books. If you love them, great. If you don't, I'm not offended. But thank you so much for your continued support. Keep sharing the videos, keep, you know, subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. Keep clicking like, leave the comments. I love seeing people interact, so thank you so much, and remember to always keep it contento.